controller.
We're live.
We're here. All right. Happy morning, gamers. It's your boy, Captain Stiffy, and we're here for our 5th episode?
Episode 5.
Episode 5. Yeah.
Big Cinco. And hope you all had a great Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
I know I did.
Little 3 days off.
A little bit 3
relax.
days off is nice. Spider-Man is out, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
And we have it here today.
Yes, we do.
Look at all of that
Booyah!
stuff. We are in it. We are ready to...
This action figure does not come with the game.
The action figure is sold separately.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo,
Stop.
sneak peek right quick. Ready?
Boom.
Boom!
Look at that
Perfect.
title screen. Look at that title screen.
Damn, that's a good looking title screen right
That's
there.
a hot title screen right
Look at
there.
that Spider-Man!
ladies and
Alright,
gents.
that's for later though. That's for later.
Yeah. We'll get on a later day. We got other stuff to get to. You know,
Oh.
besides the obvious, more important thing, which is Spider-Man. What do you guys want to talk about first? I'm excited about The Witcher. I kind of want to talk about that first.
Oh, you want to start off with something a little lighter,
I'll
something a little
start.
quicker?
It's video game related, but not necessarily a game. For those of you who know, CD Projekt's Red flagship game, The Witcher. Great game if you haven't played it. Absolutely fantastic. They have casting for a Netflix series starring
It's Henry Cavill from
Henry
Superman.
Cavill. That's right. That's his
From
name.
Man of Steel.
From
and
Man of
all
Steel,
that.
yeah, the not so great Superman movies. Got some mixed reviews about Henry Cavill as Geralt. They say he's not.
Mixed
he's
is a
not-
very eloquent
He's not.
word
Yeah,
to
by
say.
mix, it's mostly negative. The thing is, Geralt is stoic and gritty, and Henry Cavill is he looks like
He's like clean pretty boy.
He's like clean 9 to 5. You know, he looks like he should be on like Wolf of Wall Street. To be honest, like. Not really so much a monster slaying badass, but you know,
We'll see.
We'll
He
see.
He was Superman, so
We'll
I'm
see.
sure he can take on some
we know
mythical
he can.
creatures.
We know he can pull off facial hair, and if he can pull off the iconic white beard,
And the
that's,
scars,
you know, and the
they'll look
scars,
good.
since that's all I really care about.
All right, but that's just something quick we wanted to mention.
A little something
What's
quick.
the next thing?
Super
talk
exciting.
About there, Captain.
Let's see. Well,
We have on our docket
so,
going
let's
on
see.
here.
Sony CEO.
Oh, true.
Still adamant about the whole crossplay thing,
As well as cross progression.
as well as cross progression. Yeah, they were approached again. Well, not approached, but they were kind of called out again on social medias, and
This is during PAX.
during PAX, and the actual CEO, Kenichiro Yoshida, I think his name is.
Yeah, this isn't like some spokesperson.
This is like
the guy.
the guy, the
The
PS4, yeah, the guy, and he only commented with his same stubborn statement from previously, is PS4 is the best place to play. I don't see why you want to play anywhere else. I'm like, all right, dude. So you know,
totally not
totally
answering the
just-
question at all.
just
but okay.
screw every other platform too. Like whatever. So that's gone nowhere basically.
Yeah, still same thing.
Still
Digging in their
same
heels,
old, same old.
stance.
But you know, that was the news.
What's the other thing?
What else?
What do you
we
guys?
got?
How do you guys feel about that closedness?
That closeness.
I am very against it.
I don't understand the fiscal reasons. I don't know if maybe, you know, they crunch the numbers and they would end up losing money from doing crossplay, but I mean,
Again, the reason was just basically if I'm playing on PlayStation and I have a Switch, they don't want me buying something on Switch and then me using that same item in PlayStation because they didn't get their cut. That's literally the reason. So
I got in a heated debate with my brother last night because
Which one?
I used to be
which one?
Ayachi. IIATCII.
he's also one of the contributors.
Yeah.
You probably see him on occasionally.
Find him on Paladins. He likes to run Drogos and Tyra.
Yeah,
So,
he thinks he's really good.
Yeah, he
And
thinks
to
he's
his credit,
awesome.
he's
Thinks-
pretty
thinks
good.
he's-
But I
he
mean,
thinks
you
he's
gotta
okay.
put him in check
I
sometimes.
mean, relative to The Office, so it's not a high bar.
True. The debate was about phones because one of our good friends just bought a new Google Pixel, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, those look kind of cool.
And he used to be an Apple guy,
Right.
and he switched over to Android.
Mhm.
I did the opposite. I flip-flopped. I was a complete Android. I had a huge Android bias. I was a fanboy for Android, and I've recently switched to iPhone.
Okay.
And the reason being, everybody has their own reasons, but I like the features of Android, but I could not stand its instability and its inconsistency.
Okay.
Okay. And my biggest qualm with it, I would find the iPhone the perfect phone if I could send text messages from my PC.
If you could send text messages from your
Yes.
PC.
And I was kind of ranting in the car. My brother's like, dude, relax,
Could
chill.
you have
like,
done
it's
that
closed.
on the Android?
On the Android, you can. There was, apparently, the app that I used to use was called Mighty Text. I can pull up any web browser, log into Mighty Text, and boom, I have complete access to my messages, my SMS, MMS, all of
Right.
that, right? Apple can't do that. You have to use iMessage, and to
Okay.
use it on a work computer, you have to be on an iMac.
Of course you do.
Of course, right?
Yeah, but I can get iTunes on my PC. Why is that not closed?
Yeah, but you're also not syncing. You're also not syncing the two, because you can't. You have an Android phone, right? You said, or an iPhone.
This is
Dude, I just want to send text messages.
he just wants to be able.
Sorry, dude.
He's like, why can't he just like log into iMessage
But
through a Windows
through
machine.
a different computer?
if they don't
that
want to use a
isn't-
browser, well, let me do an install. Let me pay for it, man.
like-
But there's a lot of businesses. There's a lot of people that use engineering software or video game software or whatever software. It just won't run on a Mac. And now I like your phone, but I can't send messages from my desktop. Come on, that's too closed. Too closed. And because of that, I don't like closed.
Okay,
Okay.
I
So
agree.
that's where I stand. Where do y'all stand with closed?
I agree to be honest, because
Oh damn, we all agree on something. That's not good.
Well,
We need
I think
somebody.
we all agree, but for different reasons.
I don't know. I just in terms of video games and stuff, I just like I understand from a business perspective, you don't want to allow people to purchase things with the same account on a different device and then use it on another device. I understand that.
Well, let's step into Sony. Let's say we are, instead of us being a bunch of dudes just talking about video games, let's say we were on Sony's board right now, and we're talking about opening up our platform for crossplay.
Okay.
Okay.
The best way.
We know
smartest way to
what
do
the
it.
pros are. What's the cons? Are we gonna sell less units because now there's crossplay? Because ultimately that's what it's for, right? You want to sell. You don't want to minimize any potential units that you may sell.
Right, because usually your exclusive games are your system sellers.
Right.
So if you
But they can't be. They're not cross platform anyways. So
yeah, like
So- 'cause
so
they're-
I don't know what the
So, but the
cons
non-exclusive
are,
games
like-
are.
So I think basically
our third party games. They're everywhere.
it's all about the third party games that have subscriptions, you know? Like just same with Warframe, like you can't log into the account on like an Xbox like what I do and then log into that same account on a different, system, platform, whatever, and have all the stuff that I
Yeah,
have.
the question is why though. We're trying to get into why.
But
Why would they say no? Why would they say no
That
crossplay
reason
for
I
you?
just gave you earlier. That reason I just said earlier.
Which one?
Because they don't want people buying a cosmetic on another system and then using that account to play on PlayStation. Because they
think-
didn't get their cut from that cosmetic.
I think it's all
That's- That's the reason.
these purchases with these like subscription based games, free to play games, but free to play games are, robust with microtransactions.
Yeah.
And so that's where all the money is made, and I'm sure they get a cut,
They do.
whatever console or whatever platform it's
They
on.
do.
Fine. Accounts don't need to be cross-platform.
They could be cross progression though, which would be okay.
I would be
But-
okay with cross
But they're not.
progression.
Again, they're very adamant about not doing that. And that's why.
So to start all over.
Yeah, but now at least, let me give you an example. Fortnite. You've got friends on Xbox. You've got friends on PC.
Mhm.
Friends with PS4 right now can't.
Yeah, they're alone.
PS4
Forget
alone.
your account upgrades on all the items. Just be able to play. Start a fresh account and play with
Start
your
a fresh
friends.
account. You know how much money people have spent on Fortnite?
But they're not on Fortnite already. The PS4 dudes.
Yeah.
The ones that have already been playing,
Yeah, yeah,
and they don't want to bring their account
yeah,
over.
yeah. Because they lose all that money and all that progress. Which is bullshit, because Sony's being stubborn.
It's whack, man.
But I think that's all we should say about that topic. It's been debated till death,
We
pretty
could probably
much.
talk about this all day, to be honest.
Yeah, but on by 2020, is there going to be? Will half the games, 2 years from now, will half the games will be cross-platform, to some extent? Maybe
More-
Sony might be the holdout,
think
but
I feel like
More than that.
more than
More
half
than-
games are
more than
mostly
that.
third-party, therefore to all platforms.
Already?
Crossplay.
It's happening a lot
No.
right now. I mean, not like with every game, but I think by 2020, yeah, probably majority.
Like
of games.
Minecraft is getting there, Fortnite, Rocket League, Warframe will probably jump on that train since they're coming to Switch
Warframe's
eventually.
jumping on that
so
train. Yeah.
Overwatch,
man,
It's just Sony, and that's
it's
why.
just Sony. It's literally just Sony.
And
that's,
why I think. Well, who was it? It was Microsoft responded with their own little bit of shade, and they're like,
they sure did.
if you do not include everybody, then you are behind. And that's because literally everyone else is, besides Sony.
If Sony keeps this up, they will lose the next generation. Absolutely.
It's pretty possible. At that point, all their sales will be purely based on their exclusives.
right.
And if your exclusives are as good as they are now, and they're fucking good,
Exclusives are pretty fire, though, man. I mean, this
like
is
I
an
guess
exclusive.
like if you really want to stand on your exclusives, you could, but not for a long term. You can't. Not for a long term.
Yeah.
You just don't have that amount of studios compared to third-party studios to push out that amount of content, which is not a thing.
Absolutely.
So,
All right, let's move on to the next
All right.
thing. Let's
Moving
talk about
on.
what's the next thing? Isn't
Moving
it
on.
Anthem? Isn't talking about Anthem?
Moving on. It is what it is, Sig. Oh.
it is what it is. It's
Anthem.
bullcrap.
Anthem. We have more details on Anthem. There is another trailer out. It's a story trailer.
True. Finally, Jesus.
So we have a little more on the story, a little bit more on the javelins. I think they're called. Those
Yeah, the
cool
javelin
ass
suits.
robot suits. And
Iron Man suits.
but big news in Anthem is allegedly the DLC will be free.
The story DLC.
The story DLC.
They
yeah.
specifically said the word story DLC, so
Yeah.
I don't know
It's-
if that means all DLC.
It's
I
probably
don't know,
very
but-
specific, but I guess that means they're not going to be selling you the story like with the Destiny did, where they sold you like literally the other half of the game for like over $100.
It's like, oh, I see
So-
you gave us your money, and we want more money, so here's the rest of the game.
I see you gave us $60. Yeah, we're gonna need 20 for each of these 3 DLCs, and oh yeah, by the way, that last DLC is gonna be an extra 40.
It's
So
like, oh, and if you want to play that last DLC, you got to have played all the other ones, so therefore you have to buy them. So
Yeah.
there you go.
yeah, so it's it's a shit show.
So this is why EA
But-
is steering away from that model.
So, and it looks like EA is trying to learn from their mistakes because we all know the kind of shit show that happened with EA
With Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 and
Terrible.
that fiasco. So, good on you, EA, trying to dig yourselves out of that pit.
As well with Battlefield
what you're
5,
doing.
because their DLC is also free. So.
Yep. Looks like they're trying to steer away. It looks like it seems a lot of developers nowadays are starting to steer away from, or not steer away from, but have less microtransactions.
It's like a dirty. It's like a stain.
It's like dirty. Yeah, it's dirty.
Dirty.
I think they all those devs took way too much shit. For,
Yeah, they're just like, we can't deal with this again. Fuck it. Let's
they're
just make
like,
a better game.
Yeah, this is a bad deal. We should probably stop trying to squeeze people for every penny they have.
All right, next story.
Next story. What do we have? We have.
I can't read the paper from there.
Well, we have more information on Black Ops 4 Blackout mode. That's their battle royale.
Oh, that's true, that's true.
They have like a demo out now, right? Or a playtest or something like that, or a beta, something like that.
They're having a beta soon.
having a beta soon.
In the next upcoming weeks. It's within this month. It's within this month. It's in the next 2 weeks, I think. But basically, the player count was revealed, 80 players.
80 players.
You can squad, which is cool.
Mhm.
You can do solos, duos, or quads. That's cool. Land, sea, and air vehicles, cool. What else? Relevant information. Oh, I think they were playing with split screen, actually.
Yeah.
Which is a very interesting feature for Battle Royale. I'm pretty excited about that. Like, I like some split screen gaming.
That's
It's
just-
been lost since like Halo 2 or 3.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
What else did they say? That was pretty much the main points. Oh, they were asked if it was going to come to Switch, and he literally laughed in Ben Hansen's face, who's the head of the Game Informer show.
Like,
So
nah.
he just literally laughed in his
Yeah,
face.
Nah.
He's like, "No, we're not doing that."
Sorry, Switch people.
But that's pretty much
get another
the
console.
the main updates for Blackout.
Battlefield 5 also following suit with their version of Battle Royale.
Yeah, it's called
I was
Firestorm.
like-
I think Sig told me about that trailer first.
Like,
What do
everyone's
you think of
doing
the
it.
trailer?
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
I really
Pretty
liked
cool.
Were you just
Yeah.
like, damn?
You
this
thinking
is-
about
I was
it?
watching
this is
some of
cool.
the live streams and I don't know when it started happening, but the blood splatter when you take damage
Mm-hmm.
going on the gun.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
I personally didn't see the trailer. Did you
That's
see
pretty
it?
cool.
So
No,
you're the
I-
only one who saw
it
it?
was
I didn't see
gameplay.
it.
No.
It was gameplay is what I saw.
Okay. So
Yeah.
tell us more about it because we didn't see it. So
No, it was
what like grabbed you? What's like wow? Like that was cool. Like what enticed you?
Like,
that.
Seemed like
The
hot.
blood splatter. It was like I don't know which game it was that I first noticed. Hunt Showdown had that. Like you'd get some blood splatter on the gun.
Yeah.
But the way Battlefield 5 pulled it off, you could actually I don't know if it's just my eyes playing tricks on me because I got diabetes now, that whole diabetic rheumatosis or whatever that is. I don't know if I imagine it, but it feels like the blood came from the body, from the torso
Onto the gun.
Yeah, like you take a bullet.
That's
I was
cool.
pretty impressed by
Like,
that.
well, the gun was like just dripping with blood and stuff like that.
It wasn't dripping yet. I probably would have crapped my pants. But the effect of it was the most realistic blood splatter on your gun that I've
Okay.
seen. Additionally, when he threw it was by the dock. I don't know if that was the only stage that was available for the beta,
Mm-hmm.
but he hid behind a car and threw a grenade and little pieces of napkin, like I don't know,
Just
little- like the
just
details.
little teeny pieces of debris just flying out.
yeah, I was that was too much. That was a little over the top.
So,
So I
like,
like that. That was nice.
The details. Oh, excuse me. Wow, embarrassing.
Yeah.
The details really kind of were the thing that
Yeah.
interested you. It was like
Yeah.
wow.
I hopped on to the
Okay.
Battlefield.
So immersive.
I became a fan at BF3.
Mm-hmm.
I like BF4, and this BF5 looks. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
It looks good.
I'm getting it.
It looks good.
Done
Are you
deal.
gonna get it for PC?
Yeah.
Nice.
Of course, you
Master
wanna
Race
just
looks-
gonna pump up those graphics.
Oh,
See
all the way.
As good as you can get, yeah.
But those new cards are sold out, so
Oh, that's true. But I mean, you don't.
I'm not gonna get
You
one of
don't
them
need
anyway.
it. You
I'm
don't
gonna wait
need
till
it.
they get about
Yeah,
You don't need it.
Yeah.
about $300 cheaper.
We'll see if they can.
How much better than what you already have?
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
We'll see
yeah.
if we'll see if Dice can maintain 60 frames per second because that's something Black Ops 4 was saying. It's like I don't know if we can maintain 60 frames
Yeah.
during Battle Royale, which is like kind of a big deal because Call of Duty is based on very fluid, very fast movement.
I'll tell you
at
what
60
though,
frames.
that the gameplay from Battlefield 5 shushed a lot of the critics. Like before there was a lot of politics involved.
Mm-hmm.
That gameplay was absurd. I was like, ooh, that looks.
Do you
sick.
think? Do you think they'll launch it free to play
I don't
after the game launches?
I don't
initially?
know. But what is a little bit disconcerting is the fact that there was a little bit of chop that was shown that I saw on
okay.
the live stream. Some stutter,
True, but
some skip frames.
that could be other sources too. It could be maybe the stream you're watching, or I'm not.
It was
Not
one of the
sure.
big. I don't remember which channel I was watching on, but it was one of the big guys. I'm sure they were running it on
Okay.
top end, fully spec.
Okay. I mean, maybe it's not fully optimized yet either. It is coming out in November, so
Yeah,
they got some room to debug it.
yeah. It was sick though. It was
Cool,
sick.
cool. Do you think if
Yeah.
it launches free to play, it will take out Fortnite and PUBG?
It ain't launching free to play. We're talking about EA, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
In this hypothetical fairy world,
Yeah.
if they
In this
do,
yeah,
in this
if-
hypothetical fairy world, if they do, no,
No.
no.
Really? Okay.
It
okay.
might be too violent. It might be too violent for middle schoolers.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I think Fortnite
So
you can
it'll-
still
it'll-
branch out to like most
It'll cater
most
to a
parents
higher-
aren't gonna freak
a
out
higher
if their
age.
kid playing Fortnite as much as they're
Okay.
playing Call of Duty. I feel
True.
like
True. Okay.
yeah.
Good points.
So-
Good points.
All right.
Next thing we
what
wanna
got?
talk about.
We have more information on Fallout 76, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we do.
What the player count per server was 24.
24,
people?
yeah.
24 people. You can have up to 4 people in a team.
That's true.
Some details came out that I am not super stoked about.
Yeah, so I don't have any Fallout background. I don't think Sig does either.
I'm
so,
not super stoked
So
about.
Captain Stiffy here is like the Fallout guy.
So apparently there are no dialogue trees or dialogue choices for your players anymore because they
Bad.
wanted the most of the interaction to be with other players, but that kind
Bad.
of takes out the narrative of the game for me because you just kind of it's another player, they're it's bullcrap. And
Tell us how you really feel.
let's see. Well, you actually have survival mechanics now. I know back in Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, there were hardcore survival modes where you have to focus on taking care of your hydration levels and your hunger and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
But it was optional, which I liked. You didn't always have to have it on. But with Fallout 76, it is part of the main core gameplay now, from what we understand.
Yeah.
And
This could be subject to change. Like this is still.
Oh yeah, this
isn't concrete written in
stuff.
stone.
It's just stuff. I mean, we don't have the game in our hands yet. This is just what we're hearing.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan of that. It just seems more and more like it's gonna be like Ark with a Fallout skin, Fallout themed Ark. And not
Which is
that
not
Ark.
what
Not the
Fallout
Ark's a
players
bad
want.
game or anything. But I just.
But it's
That's
not Fallout.
That's not what I look for. Now, I will say that Todd Howard has said that they are still going to make a more traditional Fallout game. That Fallout 76 is, if you can kind of think of it as something that tied you over until a real Fallout game comes out. Because that's the idea. They're still going to be making Fallout 5. They're still going to be making another Elder Scrolls game. They're still going to have this single player story driven RPG experience. But for now, all you got 76 and
Yeah, but if you're waiting for another Fallout game, that's not going to happen until like.
it's
What year is it? 2018
it's
right
gonna be
now?
a hot minute. It's gonna be a hot minute. I'm thinking
2025?
probably like 2021 or something like
Oh,
that.
no way, dude. I'm
Something
thinking
like
way
that.
later than
couple
that.
of it's gonna take at least a
2025.
couple of years. We might start hearing about it in a couple of years.
I'm gonna say right now on this podcast, 2025
Let it be
is when
known.
we'll hear about Fallout 5.
And he's betting $100.
I'm not betting $100.
He's betting $100.
Well, I think it's smart that they went with 76 because they don't lock themselves in with calling it 5.
Yeah.
So it gives them that breathing room to be like, hey, we did 76. Maybe it goes over well, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? And then that still gives them that option to do 5 the way they did all the other games. So I think that was pretty smart.
In that way, I understand the whole idea of naming it 76 is it kind of makes it more concrete that this is more of a spin-off
Yeah.
than a traditional Fallout game, and that is kind of a saving grace for me. Kind of gives me hope for the future.
True. What do you think of there's another mechanic that as people are wandering through the West Virginia lands, if you go into an area, that level person that first enters that area spawns the enemies that are their level. So if I'm level 50 and you're level 20 and I go into area X, all those enemies are going to be level 50 to 70-ish. And then if you go into that area, you're going to get super fucked cuz you're like level 20.
That sounds kind of.
What do you think of that mechanic?
I don't know. Is that
That's
really?
rumored. That's like
That's rumored?
rumored to be.
I don't know
the
how
game.
that would work because I mean, think about all the.
I just posted that our podcast is live on Reddit, and it looks like a bunch of people just jumped on right now. I put it on the subreddit for Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
Hello,
so,
everyone.
guys. Yeah,
who
we're gonna
might
be
watching.
jumping onto our live gameplay here in about
Hello, Reddit.
5 minutes. We'll
Yeah.
just give you a quick sneak.
I don't know
peek.
who's gonna play.
You're gonna be playing.
I'll
Well,
play.
Yeah, Top Hat Jones will be
I'm
playing.
gonna be playing. Well,
Yes,
I don't think it's
he'll be
fair.
playing.
I don't think I should
Yes.
play because I already bought the game at
I mean,
home. So like you should.
You bought it.
You bought it. Yeah, you should play.
Nah, I don't know. I don't play. I don't know.
What?
You play. I'm not good.
What?
I'm not
Alright,
good. I already know I'm not
All
good.
right. I'll play. I'll play. Okay. All right.
We're ready to go.
Because
We're
I
ready to go.
have the game at home, so I can play when I get home. So
You know what? Let's dive into it now. What about we dive into it now?
That's good. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's dive into
do
it now.
Let's go spectacular.
Spectacular.
'Cause I
Fuck
ain't
it,
no
dude.
bitch.
Whoa! Don't go so fast. Let's look at some of these options
Oh,
here.
look at that! You got the basic inverting. Nope, no one does that. Listening mode. I don't really mess
Subtitles,
with that. Subtitles on always. I like subtitles. Excuse
okay.
you.
I like subtitles.
I literally watch every Netflix or Hulu or anything with subtitles.
Just listen, dude. Just listen to the show.
Oh crap! You know what? I actually need my glasses to watch them. There we go.
All right.
All right, we got a nice loading
go.
screen.
We've been talking about this thing for 3 weeks. We're finally gonna see some.
Fine.
pretty excited.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
excited.
Or probably, hopefully, the cutscene isn't like an hour long because we don't have that kind of time, folks.
Yeah.
But while it's loading,
There we
never
go.
mind. Look at that.
Downgrade my ass.
It's like, oh no. Oh, dude, where are the puddles at, man?
A lot of visual storytelling here.
Nice orchestrated, heroic background music there.
What Peter Parker's working on his free time.
Little Peter Parker being a nerd, eating some Chinese. Nice.
He's a
And
super smart.
I guess he likes Nerf.
He's a super smart scientist.
It's Nerf for
dude.
nothing.
He's a scientist.
Energy bar. We could have sold some.
Look at this guy. Screen's cracked. Come on, dude.
Running some code.
This looks good, man.
That looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fisk.
This looks really good, guys. It's not doing justice because we just got one of the cameras pointed at the monitor. But after the podcast, we're actually gonna Twitch.
Towards my right.
Yeah, we'll stream direct.
There he is.
All units, level 4 mobilization. Location, Fisk Tower.
Classic.
Let's go.
All right, Super G.
All right. He's basically Dante. He's basically Dante from Devil May Cry.
Are any of you guys comic book Spider-Man fans?
Yes.
Yeah. So did you?
I know a bit
So
about
is
it.
this watching this? You're just like, oh, this is so Spider-Man. This is totally how Peter Parker would do things.
Basically, yeah.
That's cool. I really like that. What they just showed right
Man, I
there.
wish I had a freaking cool ass suit that tells me to pay my bills, man. I always like forget. Yeet!
That's right, Spider-Man. All right, dude. Here we go. Gameplay. Hopefully, it'll probably jump into it.
I'm still okay with this cutscene now. That's fine.
Yeah, gameplay.
Hold R2 to swing.
Oh shit!
Oh, how's it feel?
son. Oh, this is awesome.
Look at the draw distance in the city. Look how
Look at
good
that.
everything looks from far away.
That draw distance is impressive.
Wow.
Dude, look, it's giving me good. You know what? It's not. It's,
Press X to jump speed. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Captain Watanabe,
Ooh.
Oh, nice trick. Nice trick.
we're at Fisk Tower, but still waiting on the warrant.
Mind if I join in on the fun?
You know how his lawyers are.
I think those little cursors are supposed to be where
8 years for this.
You really want to help?
where I'm shooting the little webs.
Sounds like his guys are trying to keep my backup from reaching the scene.
You got it. Almost there.
So it looks like he's working with the police, which is a little bit contrary to most of Spider-Man lore, I think. Is that
I don't know
correct, Sig, or?
where this falls in.
Well,
with
it's an
the,
original story. It's an original
Oh
story.
my god, no.
Oh, dude.
Oh no.
You
Oh
just
no.
like go say hi to some people,
Do
dude.
the swinging.
They're gonna be like, is Spider-Man hammered? What the hell? Like,
This guy's drunk. Let's go home, Spider-Man. You're drunk. Oh, okay. You can do a little. Do that little.
Oh,
that was
sick.
nice. Wow. Okay.
oh, you
down.
can perch on there? That's cool.
Oh, so I can do like a brooding. I can do the superhero brooding. All right.
Demonstration at least once before the grant committee arrives.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Dealing with a personal
Oh, nice roll.
I'll be in soon.
Yeah, I'm totally
Promise.
meant to do that actually. So,
Better wrap this up quick and get to my real job.
stop. Shaving lives is a real job, Spider-Man. Unless you're not getting paid for it, in which case it's not really a job.
It's a passion. How's the swinging feel? Does it feel good?
Yeah, it feels. I just like It just works. I don't. It just works.
Is it just intuitive, or are you just
It's
like,
just
oh, this is how
working.
this works?
Yeah, he started swinging right away.
It's just working, man. I'm like,
it is
How's the
It's just
camera?
going.
How's the camera feel like while you swing?
it's
is it hard
not
to control?
fight. It's not fighting me at all.
No, it's going with it.
It's going really nice.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it does cut.
Get wrecked.
Okay.
Bring in the hammer.
Bring in the hammer.
This cop is like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen right now.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
That's a hell of a hammer.
it's like someone.
Okay.
Okay,
Right. There's a lot of property damage right there.
go deal with that, Spider-Man.
All right. Look at that. Yoink.
All right, here we go. Start fighting.
Well, these guys are gonna try and fight him. Like, come on, dude. This is literally Spider-Man. He'll beat your ass. We'll flash around and head towards incoming. And you're ready to. Okay.
What is? Oh, circles dodge. All right, channel the Dark Souls Bloodborne timing here.
Oh, this is tight, dude.
Bro, this is sick. You know what? I'm gonna make some popcorn.
How are the
No,
combat
coffee.
controls feeling right now?
They feel like just super intuitive, man. Like, I don't.
Whoa, what was?
Oh my
what
god,
was-
that's a cop. I just roundhouse
You
kicked the
just
cop.
totally,
I just totally roundhouse
Norris
kicked that
roundhouse
guy.
kicked a
What
cop
is
dude,
this?
for no reason.
Oh,
What?
you can like pick things up and spin them and throw
Was
them at
that
people.
L1 and R1 together?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just picks one to dodge aside.
Oh man, you can't take that bullet, dude. You're not wearing armor, really. I mean, you kind of are, but not too much. Look at that guy immobilized on the truck there.
Oh,
that's sick!
Get wrecked!
Oh.
Oh man, that was dope.
Square and X near an enemy to form a leap off. Oh, that's cool. Refer to the moves list. Okay, we won't really show that here. We'll just kind of
Yeah, I'm just gonna wing
we'll just
it.
kind of go along and wing it.
Almost done here. You?
Oh, nice jump. Oh, nice slide.
Can't wait to see Willie's face.
Are these the same 4 dudes who were fighting about 2 minutes ago?
Well, there's more of them.
Oh, they keep coming?
Yeah.
It doesn't show
Dead.
up.
That guy's
Get
dead.
wrecked! You know how heavy those things are, dude? That guy is super
That
dead.
guy's so dead. Oh, I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Let me
Done.
incapacitate him. Oh, by
Done.
smashing his skull.
What's happening?
The classic Spidey suit.
Yuri?
Man, dude,
Yuri!
it must be really scary living in this city because shit goes down all of the time.
That looks so awesome. Just swinging
It must suck to be a cop in this city, man, because like
I could
all
probably
you
swing
do is
around
just
this game for
you're
like an hour
like
at least.
you track down the baddie and then you're like,
It's like,
so
all right, let's track
satisfying.
down the bad guy. Oh wait, he's
look
got
at all the
like, a
markers
bunch of
that
rocket
come up on the
launchers.
map as you're swinging, like on the, just like you can stick to things like right there, to cars.
Can you look behind you?
If I'm not looking where I'm going.
Oh, that was...
And there's a photo, and there's a dope ass photo mode too.
Oh yeah, he can take like selfies and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And you
What?
you
Yeah.
can make
Do
it
that, do
in the
that.
photo mode. You can make
I
it
have-
like
I have
a.
no idea.
You know what? We'll
Like
save the
comic
rest
book.
of this for the dedicated live stream for this game
actual
after the
stream.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
First
that's just a little.
Well, Sigil jump on the controls there. I'm sure he'll like that.
Can you hit the switch for me?
Second finally
Yeah, let me
play
do
the
that.
game that he bought.
All right. So.
All right. We'll continue to watch the cutscene though.
All right. So first impressions.
It's
How did-
absolutely sick.
How did you feel controlling? How did the controls feel? How did the camera feel? How did
It was so.
was it intuitive? Like, tell me
it's-
about that.
It's so like smooth.
Pause.
Ooh, oh yeah.
You're getting super wrecked.
He's just sitting there getting shot at. So it's super smooth, like it just works, man. You throw a right trigger up to swing. It goes to it. I guess it has just hundreds and thousands of points that you can possibly swing to. It just automatically picks to the best one, and depending on when you push the X button, you can boost. By
So there's a
like,
feel.
ju-
There's like
it's just-
a
it's-
real feel of like momentum. You'd be like, okay, like
It's like you can really
you can
feel it.
Feel it.
Like I don't know if it's just the vibrations with the controller that's really helping out, but
Well, that's part of the game. They code that in.
yeah, it's the way it feels just swinging around, and the combat has so much like impact. You know, like just for that little like couple minutes there when I was just wrecking those dudes, it was literally just like
Like when you
it,
hit,
it
you
was
felt
just
like you
it
hit.
just felt intense, and it felt super like intuitive actually. Like all the moves he was doing is super complex, and he's jumping around and doing all the stuff, but I wasn't pushing that many buttons. It's just
Okay.
it flows so nicely. I
What
really
didn't you
that.
like? What were cons? Because we all saw. If we kind of we've seen the enamored, right? So what kind of stuff?
Yeah. What
What's-
were some
what were
things
some,
you could take away? Be like, maybe.
Let's
we'll
be super picky now. Let's
Yeah,
be
like
super picky.
see, like maybe be like, oh, maybe later in the game this will improve.
With my
or-
literally 5 minutes of
Yes.
experience.
literal 5
Yeah,
minutes.
My little
yes.
5 minutes experience, I felt like the web slinging was fighting with me a little bit.
How so? Can you control which side you're slinging on?
You
slinging
can't
on?
control where exactly you swing to, but then
Maybe
again,
not yet.
that would be kind of ridiculous. Because how are you gonna stop the game, pick and aim where to swing to, and then
No, I
But,
meant
like-
like right trigger versus left trigger. So which side? So
No,
you can do a
it's-
sharp hook.
it's only one button. It just swings to whichever one. But
That sounds kind of whack. I'll try it, but
no, it's just, literally 5 minutes. But it's honestly, it felt like it was fighting with me a little bit, but that's probably attributed to me just starting the game and not being great at it yet.
how does it compare to Warframe combos?
To Warframe combos? Oh, well, Warframe combos are pretty like far and few between. I mean, you have like stances and stuff like that. But they definitely seem like way more robust, and they have so much more impact.
You could feel it more. Like when you
Yeah.
hit, you're like, okay,
yeah,
like
yeah, that was
I
like.
felt that hit. Like I felt him delivering
And
that
plus,
punch.
Warframe is like when the combos and that, especially if you have certain things equipped, it's just so fast. You don't even see what you're doing, anyways. You're just kind of like, like it feels like you're barely even actually like attacking. But
Okay. Interesting.
The bad guys, did it give you an energy meter?
Or like a health bar or something.
I didn't see one. That's why I asked if you were fighting the same dudes when I
No,
went to go get coffee.
I don't think it did.
It
No,
didn't. I don't like that.
I don't think it did.
Hmm.
I mean, there might be a setting for it. I know
Well,
some
did you
games
when you were
give
playing? Did you see be like, oh, that guy's knocked out? Like, did it tell you, or did it
You would
show in
you
some
would
way?
know because it would. I feel
Like,
like
they would fall.
like,
or,
they would be more of
do
like
something?
a rumbly impact. It would be like a stronger impact with the controller.
Oh, okay.
So like you really feel like you just like broke that dude's skull. You know, like,
Oh, okay.
like he's down for the count, dude. Like, he's
okay, so
done.
like more of a haptic.
yeah,
response?
it's more
Okay.
of a haptic response.
Haptic beatdown.
It's more of a. I feel like the screen shook more when I really wrecked somebody.
Oh,
and, like,
interesting.
knocked
It's kind
them
of
out.
like
Nice.
kind of an anime.
It's like
feel.
they don't want to throw in too much I guess
gamey.
gamey stuff.
functions.
Yeah, they don't want to break the they don't want
Immersion.
to break the fourth wall basically. They want to keep that. That's the kind of feeling I got. I mean, I wasn't sure I was gonna buy it now, but I probably am, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm probably right now.
I honestly that was really fun. That was really fun 5-10 minutes there. I'm totes gonna probably buy that game.
And there's like a bunch of suits and everything that everyone's covered too. So like there's so
Yeah.
much customization, and something I heard that's really really cool that other games should totally do is you can keep your mods in your suit, so you can keep the powers of the suit, but you can change how you look. So you'd be like, oh, I like the powers of one suit, but I like the look of this other suit, so you can take the powers and then move it to the other suit, which is cool.
So it's not progression isn't like a skill tree. It's more of like.
No, there is a skill tree, but you find.
But you also
But
have
you also have suits.
the ability to modify your suit, like
Right.
it can shoot webs like farther or
some
whatever.
modification
Something
like
like
that.
that.
So if you do that to a cool suit and you're like, oh, I found this other dope ass suit that I really like the look of, you could take those mods from suit X and put it over to the new suit, which is really cool.
That's pretty lit.
Because I hate it when games are just like, oh, this is badass armor, but it doesn't look good.
But,
like,
yeah.
well, that's
yeah.
all about what I want to do is look
Yeah,
good.
yeah, no, yeah. It's like straight up me in Dark Souls. Like, oh, this armor is literally better than this one in every single way, but it looks ridiculous. So
Not wearing it.
Not wearing
I'll just
it.
be good.
yeah, if you mean, what's the point if you don't look cool?
True.
It's
Especially
all,
in a third
it's all about the
person action
swagger.
game.
It's all about the swagger, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, so that's
all right.
Spider-Man.
But, all right, so that's Spider-Man. IGN gave it an 8.7,
That's true.
and I totally freaking agree.
Easy Allies gave it a 9.5, which is little high, I
It's
think.
pretty
Yeah.
high,
We're
but
getting into like God of War territory.
from what
Like-
I've played so far, I agree. All right, we have other things to talk about before I probably play Spider-Man for the rest of the day. There
what's
was.
the next thing on there?
Let's
Cap?
see. Half-Life 3 confirmed. No, it's
Boom.
not. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
No.
It's not. I can't say that.
You'll probably never get any viewers again ever.
You'll
now.
probably never get Half-Life
no
3
one's
ever
gonna watch
in
this
your
anymore.
life. But Valve is allegedly ready to start making games again.
That's true. They did acquire some
hooray.
studios.
So, if you guys are aware, Valve made Half-Life, 1 and 2.
TF2.
They made TF2.
CS:GO. They make CS:GO?
I think they made
Wreck the
CS:GO.
Corp just asked, "What's the FPS rating?" I'm assuming that's for Spider-Man. In
What's
the
our
5 minutes of
rating?
gameplay, yeah. What's the FPS rating?
Out of hold on, we gotta think of a scale. Should it be out of
Let's
5 or out of 10?
Let's do.
Out of 10?
I think out of
Good
10.
choice. Good choice.
No, I don't like the 10. I don't like the 10.
Well,
Let's do A through F, like school, with
Oh.
the minuses and plus.
Okay.
uh,
All right.
Only reason being because that's what we've got going on our
Oh, that's true. That's what we have on
with
our...
our report card
That's
for
true. That's
for
true.
Paladins and
okay,
Smite.
so let's go. Let's do you last
All right.
because you played it. So
Okay.
just from looking at it,
okay.
what would you say?
just from looking at it, B plus,
B plus.
B plus.
I would give it an A.
A.
They'd probably also give it an
A, B plus.
A.
And you
played it.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
played it. So what?
So that's a little more weight.
what?
there,
That's like a
'cause,
high
you-
A minus or something like that.
Yeah.
So
We'll
Okay.
we'll need some sort of script to do the average of.
So yeah, that's,
How do you average letters?
It's a B plus plus.
So we got B plus, A, and A. There you go, Wreck the
Just from
Corp.
those very first 5-minute like.
But
plays.
I honestly don't see it getting. I don't see it just dropping off.
Yeah, and plus all the reviews that
And-
I've listened to and all the people that I've watched are just like it gets better as you play, which is hopefully, I mean, Jesus, like.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be fun for a good minute. It looks great.
Nice.
It looks absolutely solid.
Alright.
What else do we have?
Next
All right, we
thing.
have the. All right, we talked about Valve.
Oh, by the way, Valve guys, for the people that don't know, Valve owns Steam, which a lot of PC games
I didn't know there were
played on.
competitors until recently.
Well, it's just a platform.
Just a platform.
That's
All
all.
right.
Just a seller's platform.
But Valve also is the studio that's pumped out a lot of revolutionary hits like TF2 was probably the first. They popularized hero based or
Yeah.
class based shooters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, yeah.
They've all Dota. That's them. Who else? What else? What other big ones have they done? Left 4 Dead, the Left 4 Dead series. That's
Oh,
them.
Yeah,
That's really
The
right,
whole zombie
yeah.
thing. So,
God,
but
Left 4 Dead.
they
So
they,
they've
they
done
pumped out
stuff.
all these crazy hits, and they would it's just been radio silence from them as far as games. So for them to get back into it is very
It's
exciting.
exciting.
This is
Yeah.
exciting. It could be pretty big. I mean,
Yeah.
these guys were literal game changers. They
Right.
changed in every sense of the word. They were little game changers. So we'll see where that goes. I'm super stoked about it.
Yep.
Well, let's see. We'll just have to see. Maybe in the next couple of years, we'll get an original Valve release, and it'll freaking change the industry again. Who knows?
Half-Life.
We'll see.
I'm just thinking about all these hits.
Of
That
course.
they've been, okay. Oh, was there anything else? On
Yeah, we had a couple things. On it.
we still do.
Yeah, we still do.
We're coming up on our mark about.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
we'll go through it quick then. Red Dead Redemption 2. There was a demo played by some GameStop employees and some other people in a closed demo, and they actually said that it was boring.
Yeah. What Rockstar showed them was boring, is what
They
they
said that they called it a walking simulator, a horse
riding
simulator.
They said everything looked gorgeous, which is cool.
Everything
but,
looked
like,
great. They said that the guy playing the demo couldn't find the sprint button or something like
he's like,
that.
"Just look at all this sand and all
Just
this.
look at all this sand and
all this
and
vegetation.
all this western stuff. But folks, that was just the demo.
Yeah.
That was probably just poorly picked on.
I think the
Rockstar's
presentation.
part.
I think the presentation is
It's
what
probably
they
the
complained
presentation.
Yeah, I have zero doubt this game is going to be a 9,
Oh yeah,
9.5
it's
out of 10.
I'm still
Zero doubt.
confident it's going to be fire. But
Zero doubt.
as far as the demos going, they probably should have picked a little bit more of a adventurous thing to demo.
I don't know, maybe like a side, like a
Because
side mission, maybe.
maybe like more of a mission where you're actually like fighting more and stuff like that, rather
Doing
than
something.
traveling. Because it seemed like that's what there was a lot of doing. There was like traveling around,
True.
talking to people, and it looked great. It looked absolutely beautiful, but not super, not like dragging a lot of people in.
Yeah.
You kind of need some. You kind of need some high octane stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I think we had somewhat controversial news about a game that you may or may not be familiar with called Scum. It's a Steam. I think it's like 7 on Steam right now as far as most concurrent players go. So it's pretty high up there.
Okay.
Basically,
have you heard about this game, Sig?
Almost downloaded it.
Scum.
the other
Almost
night.
downloaded it. So I haven't heard very much about this game at all. So I can like take that view. Tell me about
It's a free game,
the
isn't it?
game.
I don't think it's free.
You don't.
I don't remember if it's free or not.
I saw it on the trending. Or is it, what?
It might have been featured at some point, but I don't know if it's free.
I can confirm that right now, actually.
But for those of you who don't know, Scum seems to be kind of like a prison survival game where you play as a prisoner, and you're something about being dropped on an island. I'm not really sure on the details. It sounds kind of like a battle royale style game, but much more long term. You know, you're not dropping in, finding guns, and then running and find the next person to shoot. You're more or less dropping in and then, I don't know, building a fire and hunting animals or something. I don't know.
Not free, $20.
Not free.
$20. All right.
But in the related news, there are allegedly tattoos that you can put on your character to customize them. You know, because you're a prisoner, you're a convict, and they have Nazi symbols or Nazi symbology are some of the choices for tattoos.
This did not go over well.
And this did not go over well, if you can imagine today's current political climate. And the developers got a lot of backlash for it, and they're like, hey, you guys should not be featuring all these Nazi symbols. You guys are Nazi sympathizers. I think it's a little extreme.
Going from 0 to 100 real
Going
quick.
from 0 to 100, you know how it is. The internet went nuts. And what was actually surprising is the developers, or one of the developers, responded on social media saying, basically, it is what it is.
This is the story.
You know, this is how the game is. If we went through and we catered to everybody's, catered to everything that anyone found offensive, there would be no game left. You can always find offense in something.
Especially
And
now.
so that was pretty surprising. It took a hard stance. Usually, they'll turn tail against
Pretty quickly.
Turn tail pretty quickly against any of the social media backlash from the public, and that was their original response until shortly afterwards, where they're like, they released a patch and got rid of those tattoos. So
Didn't really stand their ground, huh?
didn't really stand their ground. They stood their ground for about, I don't know, a day or so, and
48
then
hours.
then they changed it up. But that was the whole idea there.
So in summary, this game Scum had Nazi tattoos that a player can put on their character in the game.
Yes.
And it caused an uproar.
Yep.
And the developers initially pushed back, saying, "Hey, like, chill out. Don't
This is the
don't
story,
you know,
like,
we
it's a
can't
game."
we can't be worried about offending everybody."
Right.
And which resulted in more backlash. And finally, the developers said, "Okay, you win," and they patched the game and removed those Nazi tattoos. So, which begs the question: how far is too far when it comes to censorship in video games?
I think something you have to consider is if the game is showing this or if it's implying this. So what I'm saying is, say there's like, I know in David Cage's most recent game, Detroit Become Human, there's a part, I don't know if it's a spoiler, I haven't played it, but like I know there's a part where there's some like domestic abuse of a little kid, and it's like heavy. It's a heavy subject, and they don't show, to my knowledge, they don't show it directly as in the kid being like hit, but they show like the shadow of the father like hitting another shadow, which is the
Right,
kid.
and
So they kind of imply it, but they don't
they-
show it directly in your face. So I think how it's presented has something to do with how people would react to it. Because games can touch on those subjects. Like, that's a heavy ass subject. Like, games should be able to do that. They are art. They can do this. They can evoke a feeling of something like that. So, what do you guys think about that?
Captain.
It would, I don't know. I feel like it'd be way too difficult to define. You know, I feel like you can't really define. I mean, there's this idea that either it's all okay or none of it's okay, but I think that's an overly simplified answer to an overly complex question. You know, like there is a gray area. You know, and I feel like gaming nowadays is going to have to be, or not even just gaming, just any kind of media or art or anything like that nowadays. It has to be. I mean, it's going to be like organic. It's going to be changing. You know, they're going to have to always conform to the current state of whatever political climate or social economic state that the world is in. You know, you can't just be like, oh well, Nazi symbols didn't offend anybody 10 years ago, so why can't we just keep them in there now? I was like, okay, well the problem is they offend people now. So, you know, it doesn't matter what it should be, what you think it should be, or what the ideal should be. What matters is what it is, and the fact that it is that it pisses people off. And if you piss people off and you want them to buy things from you, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot as far as selling something, because you're pissing off the people that you want to sell things
Especially
to.
with social media, like, and when everyone boycotts everything because of something, like,
Yeah,
it can hurt you.
Like, it can hurt you. Like, the fact of the matter is you know, we can always sit here and be like, yeah, I don't think that they should take that out of the game because it's just meandering to the SJWs or the lefties or whatever you want to say. But I think that's kind of the thing is if you choose not to like cater to these people and you choose to just do your own thing, you're probably not going to be as successful as you want it to be, because you have people coming out and petitioning and boycotting and getting thousands and hundreds of thousands of
that's
people
true.
on your side, and it makes a dent.
What do you think about that, Sake?
I have a very changed perspective from how it was, from my perspective when I was in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
As I approach 40 now and I have 3 kids, I always weigh and filter everything through what kind of impression this content will have, an impact what they'll have on my kids. That said, what does that mean? I don't think that there should be too much censorship in video games. I think we have a rating system
For a reason.
for a reason. I think the rating system should be more enforced, and I think parents should be more knowledgeable at how graphic some of these games are. So, the same way we don't let our kids watch American History X,
Yeah.
right? A parent should not allow their kid to play Scum until they're mature enough to handle that content.
Yeah.
The problem is there's still a stigma attached to video games that a lot of my peers still, that it's for kids. Not quite anymore. Like it's not just for kids, it's for adults now. And a lot of this content is adult only content.
It's adult themes in there.
Correct.
If your kid's playing GTA, you're a bad parent. Sorry.
There you go, exactly. And sadly, a lot of parents don't. You know what? I bet you that if I showed gameplay of Grand Theft Auto to my mom and my dad, they would be like, "What? They have that in video games now?"
Mm-hmm.
A lot people who are not into video games are oblivious to the graphic nature of how far it's come along now. But parents need to be educated on it, and then once they're educated, then they will take those ratings more seriously. So I don't think there should be. I think the censorship should go as far as it should be on equal playing field as movies. But
I agree.
But the understanding needs to be, the public needs to, that there's a caveat to that. That goes with the public knowing that yes, games can be this hardcore now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I stand.
I think it's just.
Where do y'all stand?
Yeah. Tell us your thought, guys.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Comments. Shoot us an email. Like,
What
subscribe.
do you think?
Hit us up. We
Hit us
are
up.
on Twitch. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube. We have our own website. Hit us up. We love pumping out this
Yeah.
content. We want to keep doing it.
We'd love to hear from you guys because we love
Oh,
having
yeah.
conversations.
On that note,
I think we should wrap it up, huh?
yeah.
Yep.
It's Friday, guys.
It's
It is
Friday.
I think stay tuned for the after podcast stream. Someone here is gonna do. It's not gonna be me. It's gonna be someone.
Someone's gonna stream, maybe.
Probably Sig.
Somebody's got to work around here. If any of you guys want to come into our office/studio and play, come on in. Come on
Yeah,
in.
you know,
we're all
if-
set up for
If
you.
you're all in the area. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we love you guys. We'll see you next week.
All right. See ya.
Stay cold, San Diego.
Stay cold. All right, here you go. It's the awkward fade thing. Ready?
No, it's a fan thing. I'm telling you, you need to speed that thing up, dude. It is too slow. That is a good.